All right, and I'm back. This is reason number 3 why Jesus Christ was not and cannot be the Jewish Messiah. Universal knowledge of God. Even during Jesus' time, his countrymen didn't believe him. And let's see. I only thought about that now. Uh, well, we know that because they rejected him. Okay, the Jews rejected him, especially the rabbis. The religious leaders rejected him, and his own people in his own town, didn't believe him. So, and then of course Rome was in charge. Okay, they ruled, and they had their own gods. You had other countries that had their own gods. My ancestors, Germanic barbarians, most of them believed in Wodan, like the Vikings, Odin, and that pantheon. So the knowledge of the Jewish God was not worldwide. Okay, but in the Old Testament, okay, like I said, you read the Old Testament, then you read the New Testament, and then you go, that doesn't make sense. In the Old Testament, I'm going to start here in Zechariah 8, verse 23. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, in those days it shall come to pass that 10 men shall take hold out of all languages of the nations, even shall take hold of the skirt of him that is a Jew, saying, we will go with you, for we have heard that God is with you. Okay? And Zechariah 14, verses 9 through 16. And the Lord shall be king over all the earth in that day. And the Lord shall be king over all the earth. In that day shall there be one Lord, and his name one. All the land shall be turned as a plain from Geba to Rimmon, south of Jerusalem, and it shall be lifted up and inhabited in her place from Benjamin's gate unto the place of the first gate, unto the corner gate, and from the tower of Hananiel unto the king's wine presses. And men shall dwell in it, and there shall be no more utter destruction, but Jerusalem shall be safely inhabited. And there shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. The flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. And it shall come to pass in that day that a great tumult from the Lord shall be among them. And they shall lay hold every one on the hand of his neighbor, and his hand shall rise up against the hand of his neighbor. And Judah also shall fight at Jerusalem, and the wealth of all the heathen round about shall be gathered together, gold and silver and apparel in great abundance. And it shall be the plague of the horse and the mule and the camel and of the ass, and all the beasts shall be in these tents as this plague. And it shall come to pass that every one that is left of all the nations which came against Jerusalem shall even go up from year to year to worship the King, the Lord of hosts, and to keep the Feast of Tabernacles. Okay? So it's right here, the plague is that people that do not believe will fight each other. And they will fight Jerusalem, but they will be destroyed. Okay? But there we have, and that never happened. Now the Christians say, well, this has to happen later on. Well, no, all of this is going to happen in progression. Okay? But eventually the whole earth, the knowledge of God will be universal. Okay? Now let's go to Isaiah 45 verse 23 and 66 verse 23. Okay, let's start with Isaiah 45:23. I have sworn by myself, the word is gone out of my mouth in righteousness, and shall not return, that unto me every knee shall bow and every tongue shall swear. Okay? In Isaiah 66:23. And it shall come to pass that from one new moon to another, and from one Sabbath to another, that all flesh shall come to worship before me, saith the Lord. Now, the Jews say that the earth will go on forever, and that seems to confirm, because new moon to another means that there's going to be a moon. Now, in the New Testament, it says that all of that will be destroyed. There will be no more sun, no more moon. God's going to give light. But here, it seems that the earth will continue. I heard Rabbi Tovia Singer, I think it was Rabbi Tovia Singer, or maybe it was Rabbi Michael Skovic, said the earth will go on forever. But all the earth will have a universal knowledge of the Jewish God, Yahweh, or Jehovah, or whatever you want to call him. But that never happened under Jesus. Again, he died, and then we have to do it thousands of years later, which does not correspond with the Hebrew Bible. So that's reason number 3, and there's a few more reasons here that I'm gonna look at, and I might get them out today, depending on how I feel. But I plan on eating quite a bit, and that kind of puts me into a stupor. So, but anyway. Like I said before, let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, don't subscribe, whatever. I'm going to continue to put these videos out, and, the Bible just keeps, giving me more, what do you want to say? I can't think of the word right now. It gives me more content. So, until next time, I'm David Kramer, the Critical Thinking Christian.